seclorum, e pluribus unum. They changing climates and replacing humans and fracking soils while bulldozing forests. But they can't defeat us, they could not destroy us.
Are we dreaming the same dream of money, guns, and gasoline?
For the average team, CFOs are after cream. GMOs extracting genes with everyone on my TV.
Everybody, I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses, the Patriots.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry of the game here for Trey Mason. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run again with Mason. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll run here with Mason. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
From the gun on third down, Goff. He's got time in the pocket. Still back there. And that is incomplete. Dontrell Inman, the intended target. And that'll bring up a fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Edelman set to return. A strong running. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Patriots take over. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Here's Brady to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on fourth down now with Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 7 on the play. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you get...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. And partner, sayonara to Randy Moss's 0-7 record. That is the 24th receiving touchdown this year for him. He's the new king.
Well, always remember how Randy did it. Going deep, going over the top of people, and catching those touchdown passes. But what we've witnessed here today, what we've witnessed throughout this season, great new memory. New king.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over. Right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Here's the option going right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They come up in an offset eye. Now they run. It's Mason. And he'll power his way up near the 25. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's got time. He's able to find Edmond. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad.
Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Mason. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
Second and 10, Goff again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football.
And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air? Let's see. 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. To be interesting. To see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They try again with Lewis. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They do go for it. It's Brady, and able to find Dorsett. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And they better put that ball to the side because with that catch, he's a new single-season receiving yards record holder.
What a fantastic year. And we saw it start early, didn't we, partner? Right out of the gate. We knew he was going to have a tremendous year, but who knew it would culminate in breaking this all-time record.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
On 2nd down, here's Brady. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
This could very well be 4-down territory, but right now we focus on that. He's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Tom Brady with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now on the field. Here comes Los Angeles. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that. Back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
On second down, here's Goff. The left side completion to Jones. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Caught. It's Dontrell Inman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Second down now after the pass completion. And now they're in the hurry-up. To the air again. Goff. Inman has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
When I watched Jared Goff on tape at Cal, I saw a guy who wasn't just a dart thrower. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. I always thought he could do a little bit more, and that was the reason why. He can push it downfield. He has a good, strong arm.
To the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
An extra corner on the field for New England here on third down.
Yeah, another DB. Goff on third down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
Out comes the Rams defense now as they get ready for the next possession. They struggled that last drive. They were kind of hit 2 ways, both with the run and the pass.
And I love how you brought hit into it, because a lot of defense coordinators like to show a little cut-up film the night before a game. They usually have some boxing in there, and it always shows the guy being the aggressor, the guy on his toes punching, not back on his heels taking punches, and that's where this defense was on the last possession.
They were on their heels. Will they be on their heels again? Let's see. Brady to throw on second down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now because a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Throwing on first down is Brady. Throwing right, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done. You ever notice that when Tom Brady does get hit and drop to the ground, there's some guys back to him pretty quickly to check out his health, aren't there?
That's exactly right. He, for as much as he throws, doesn't take a lot of square shots, but took one there.
He's really smart in the pocket, isn't he? Even out of the pocket. He understands where the pressure is coming from. He senses people.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. So this guy's just sitting there, right? He's got like 30 hot dogs in front of him. And what's that? What? Apparently we're back. Okay, so Larry's halftime show got cut off. Sorry, we were doing story time here in the booth. We are ready, though, for the third quarter. The Patriots offense now. They work their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Philip Dorsett by himself, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Patriots add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start. You have to control the guy playing over the nose in order to run the ball up the middle against a 3-4, and they did that very well on that play. And that hurts the linebackers because what they're counting on, especially the guys in the middle, is that nose taking on 2, sometimes 3 blockers, eating those guys up and allowing the linebackers to run free and make a play. But when they control the nose, it allows other guys to get upfield to that second level and block the linebackers, and now the running back's got some room to roam.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap. The gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film
Let me
review.
see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game. It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Here's Goff. That's caught at the 1. A gain of 6 there on first.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They run it with Mason. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
All kinds of time. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your grease board, right, in your play.
Philip Dorsett by himself. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Philip Dorsett, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go now. 3-19.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Goff now looking to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I have to say that was a surprise call on 3rd and inches. I thought they'd try and run the football there, but you got to believe they thought they'd surprise the defense and pick up something downfield, but that one goes incomplete.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
The 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Dion Lewis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots continue to roll. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Here we go. 319! 319!
To throw on second down is gone. And to the right side here, it's Allen. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now a first down throw, gone. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Here's Cunningham. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Finding time. Great protection. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Roger Lewis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And he had time there. I mean, you give any quarterback that length of time, he'll make you pay.
It just puts way too much stress on guys trying to cover downfield because, as you said, you that much time in the pocket, he can scan the field, find the open person. That's exactly what happened there. And what was the end result again?
Touchdown. And this is secured by the Patriots. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Going to throw right side here, complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Here's White. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Goff now to throw, surveying the field. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Got his man over the middle. This is quick. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So the D-line's going to spread out. They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right.
Green 39! Green 39!
On 1st and 10, Goff. And this This is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. One last throw here for Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by the rookie, Cyrus